tonight. First, I want to thank everybody for getting on the call tonight. You can be doing anything, you watch your favorite TV show, all types of things, but you got on this call tonight to learn about your finances. Let me mute all real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, got everybody muted. All right, now if I can get this top part off my screen. Let me see. I'll just roll with it. Just want to act up tonight. All right, so this presentation is brought to you by the Too Smart University. As you can see, it's two companies working together to achieve pretty much the same goal. So as you see on the left side, it's the Let Us See Financial Group. These are a group of licensed professionals that can help you with income protection, cash flow management, annuities, asset protection. The list goes on. So these are people that can help you get your money to work for you. Also on the right, we are covering My Econ and a whole lot of other companies that the Too Smart University work with. But for tonight, we are specifically going to be talking about My Econ, the personal financial success company. So just to give you a little bit about the company, or a little bit about how I got involved. I got involved while I was in college. So I got out of school one day, and my friend, she came by, she was telling me that she had an entrepreneurship class, and this guy came to her class and just told her everything she needed to know about finances, like how she can start making her own income, how she can start investing, how she can do all these wonderful things. And she was just very, very excited. And I had never seen her that excited before. So I was like, I want to check this stuff out for myself. And guys, it is truly life-changing. These are like, I've been able to, start my investment at 20. I've been able to, have income protection and make sure that whenever I leave this earth, my family will be taken care of. I've been able to do things that I didn't even know was possible, because before being invited to this information, I was just thinking, about getting a good job. So I just ask anybody that's new tonight, that's on the call, just to have an open mind. And if you do, this information can be truly life-changing. So I'm gonna dive right into it. My Econ, the personal financial success company. Financial education is the key to financial success. So what the company is 15 years old. It is debt-free. The founders put up their own money to start the company. They didn't have to borrow money from anybody. It is technology-driven. So with the click of a button, you can be in business anywhere in the United States. It's based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and it's paid out over $500 million to its associates. So any associate that's on this call tonight have gotten a piece of that $500 million, and any new person, we're going to show you how you can get a piece of it as well. So what is financial freedom? And I'm sorry, I can't see the top of my slide and it's bugging me. Give me 1 second. But so if I were to ask everybody on this call, what does, personal financial success or financial freedom mean to them, everybody's going to have their own separate definition of what it means. My Econ decided to simplify. It's pretty much having enough cash flow to support our lifestyles during our working years and our retirement years. So just think about it. During your working years, you want to do things like buy a house or buy a car. You want to take trips and do all these things. And you're able to do these things because you're doing it and you're working. You're making money so you can pay for all these different things. See, the goal is to be able to sustain that same lifestyle when you retire. So be able to do all the things you want to do, but be retired and not have to worry about, working your job. Unfortunately, we see a lot of people, they retire and they have to go back and get another job because that's the only way they can make ends meet. They're not getting enough income now. So unfortunately, they didn't save and invest enough money throughout their working years to be able to set themselves up for retirement whenever, it was that time. So we're talking about this information tonight. So that won't be you. You can go ahead and start getting educated and knowing what to do with your money so it can work for you, so you don't always have to work for your money. So our solution is more cash flow and smart financial strategies. Now, more cash flow, a lot of people think that solves everything, but just think about it. Have you ever heard of anybody hitting a lottery, or a professional athlete or celebrity, making millions and millions of dollars, then all of a sudden a story comes out about how this individual is all of a sudden broke, they lost it all. You ask yourself, like, how can somebody making all this money, all of a sudden be broke and lose it all? See, it's not about how much money you make, it's how much money you can keep. If you spend the same amount of money that you make, you're gonna be broke. It don't matter how much money you make. It don't matter if it's 10,000 and 100,000, a million. If you're spending the same amount of money that you're making, you're gonna always be broke. You can be broke on different levels. So it's the smart financial strategies that you have to have. You got to know what to do with that money when you're making it. So we offer our income shifting membership. The income shifting membership is for personal use. It's going to personally give you the tools and strategies you need to be financially successful. Also, we're going to show you how you can earn business income. And we do this by empowering others. And I'm going to go into detail later on in the slide. So we have 5 cash flow streams in our income shifting membership. First is correcting your tax withholding. So a lot of people that get a job, they're more familiar with, the W-4 form. So for people that's not familiar with the W-4 form, it's that form they usually slap right in front of you and say, hey, just fill out all the zeros and the ones, all that good stuff on the form. So the IRS says that 80% of Americans have too much money withheld from their paycheck. So meaning whenever it's time for them to get paid, they look at their paycheck and they get all their money taken out. So the people are incorrectly filling out this form. And a lot of us, we wait to the end of the year to get what we call a refund, which is not necessarily a bad thing if you do the right things with it. But just think about it. While you are allowing the IRS to hold all of your money all throughout the year, the IRS is investing your money and making money off of your money. So at the end of the year, all they're going to give you is what they owe you. They're not going to even give you any kind of interest on the money that they made off of your money. But just think about it. If you correctly fill this form out and you get more money back into your household, think about all the things you can do with that money now because you get more money in your check. On average, when we show people this strategy, we can show someone how to bring an extra $200 to $500 back into their household, depending on their situation. So it all depends on how much they make. But on average, we can bring an extra $200 to $500 just by utilizing this one strategy, correcting your W-4. So this is some powerful information. Now you can use this extra money to either pay off debt or you can start investing, this extra money back into your household that's yours to begin with. Also, we show people how to minimize their taxes. I'm going to go into more detail later on in the slide. We also have the My Credit system. For anybody that's wanting to fix their credit and work on their credit, we have a do-it-yourself system. It's going to show you how to fix your credit, how to build your credit, and how to maintain it. There's all types of different kind of credit card companies that say, if you pay them or they'll fix your credit for you and all this great stuff. That's good and all, but if you pay somebody to fix your credit for you, you don't exactly know what they did to fix your credit. And if you don't know what they did and you didn't have to change anything, who's to say later on down the road, you won't end up back in that same situation and have a bad credit score again. See, this is a do-it-yourself system. It's going to give you all the tools and the videos you need to fix your own credit. So that way you know what not to do to get you back in that same situation that got you the bad credit score. A great system, you guys. Also, we have the debt elimination software. It's a GPS to your financial freedom. And we actually have an associate that's going to be doing the training on this particular software. This software, you can put in your information as it pertains to you, as far as your expenses, how much money you are wanting to make and how much money you want to retire with, how long it's going to take you to retire. It's your GPS to your financial freedom. You're going to find out your debt and your debt freedom date, your financial independence number, all this information, all in this wonderful software. And you know where you are financially and what you need to do to fix it. It's a great software. Also, we have investment education. So the great thing about being on the call tonight, we have licensed professionals. So for anybody that's wanting to get more information on investing or wanting to know how they can get started, we have a wonderful leader in Mr. Stroze Hill. He can give you all the information you need and show you how you can get started and having your money work for you. So going into more detail about minimizing taxes, what I want people to realize is all these things I'm about to go over, these are things people are pretty much already doing. So, people that have home or apartments, they either have a mortgage or they rent. If you are in business for yourself and you're conducting business out the comfort of your own home, now a portion of your rent or mortgage can now be written off on your taxes. It's a tax deduction. So are you going to pay your rent or mortgage anyway? Yes, but now you get to save money. The government will pay for a portion of your mortgage or rent. Also, if you have a car and you're driving for business, you can now write off the mileage. The government says you can write off, I believe it's 57.5 cents per mile that you drive. So whenever you're driving to do different things, if you do it and conduct business, now you can write off the mileage. This is huge, you guys, and this is things people are already doing. So for this particular example, we're going to say this individual was able to write off $5,500 in a year. Next, communications. We're all on a Zoom call tonight. People are either having to use, a laptop, a cell phone, a tablet. You're having to use Wi-Fi to be able to be on the internet. All these things can become a tax deduction now because you are in business for yourself. So that internet bill that you're paying for to be online and be on this training, you can now write it off. You're going to have to pay the bill anyway. Why not have the government pay the bill? So in a year, we're able to say that we've saved $2,000 in communications. That's what we were able to write off. Next, for us that want to take all these nice trips, anywhere we want to go, the plane ticket, the train ticket, the bus ticket, the parking fees, the cab, Uber, the Lyft, all these expenses that you incur whenever you're traveling can now be written off. You are in business for yourself. So now you're taking business trips and then you're vacating while you're there. You're doing all the things you're wanting to do on your vacation that you're going to take anyway. But now you get to write these things off because you are in business for yourself. So we're going to say for this particular example, you're able to write off $3,500. Next, for people that like to eat out, you can now write off 50% of your meal and 100% of the tips if you are eating and you're conducting business. So now whenever you do go out to eat and you talk about your business, the government will pay for your bill. These are things that we're already doing that we can be saving money on. So for this particular example, we're able to save $6,000 throughout the year. And last but not least, this one's huge. For anybody that has children or grandchildren, the government says you can pay your child up to $12,200 per child for doing domestic work. If they're making up their bed, if they're sweeping the floor, if they're doing laundry, mowing the lawn, if they're doing whatever they're doing, you can now pay your child instead of giving them an allowance. Now, what this does for the child, you're teaching them responsibility. Now whenever they want to buy clothes or buy games or do whatever they want to do, they can now use their own money and, make wise decisions. Also, it's tax-free for the child and it's 100% tax deductible for the adult. You can write all of that off on your taxes. For this example, we said that we paid each child $6,200 each, and we were able to write off $12,400 for a year. And as you look at the bottom, it says things you're already doing can become tax deductions. That is $40,000 we'll be able to save at the end of the year and write off on tax deductions. So just think about it. If you made $60,000 throughout the year, you subtract that $40,000 and that's $20,000 you have to pay taxes on. This is huge. So just to give you an idea of how we're able to get these tax deductions, you have to be able to document it. So we have the Cash Flow Manager app. This is for personal budgeting and business use. It's used to maximize cash flow and minimize your taxes. So you can have this Cash Flow Manager on your smartphone, or your tablet, or your computer. You enter your income and your expenses, and you capture the receipt as well. So whenever you do have these receipts, you take a picture of it, upload it into your phone. The key to deductions is proper documentation. And we're going to show you what this looks like. So say you want to take one of those business meals. We click on select expense type. We're going to click on meals. The date, it was July 4th, 2020. The amount, it was $35. Who? Jack Bell and Bill Jackson. What? It was a BPM luncheon. Where was it at? The Sheraton, downtown Atlanta. Notes, he gave me 100 referrals. So now we go down to the mileage and we see the odometer reading says 34,508. And then pay attention to this, you guys. The ending mileage was 34,578. As you see in the blank, we only wrote down 39 business miles. And the reason why I pointed that out is because although we drove 70 miles that day, we can only count for the business miles. So anytime we conduct business, that's the only thing we can write off. So we only drove 39 miles in business, so that's what we'll be putting in that blank. So whenever you're inputting all your different expenses all throughout the year, with the click of a button, you can be able to categorize everything. So as you can see on the left, we have advertising, the cash flow manager monthly fee, the commissions, the communication, the list goes on. And as you can see in the bottom right corner, we was able to save $40,000 at the end of the year. We can write that off because that's what we had in expenses. So you guys, these are things that we're already doing. Now, the government can pay for the bill. So last but not least, I'm going to go over our world-class compensation system. So you invite somebody to this call, they like what they see, you get paid $25 on each personal enrollee, things that you do personally. Also, you get paid up to $850 on team enrollees. So now you're not the only one making your money. If a teammate sees somebody they know can benefit from this opportunity, you make $850 if they get somebody involved. Also, you get paid up to $850 in monthly residual income. So I'm going to go over all the different ways to get paid. So for most people, you get paid off linear income, trading time for money. Anytime that you punch the clock, that's how you get paid. You punch the clock, work a certain amount of hours, and that's how you get paid. What I'm going over now is how you can practice leveraged and residual income. So the $850, now you're leveraging yourself. You're not the only one making your money. And so for anybody that may have the objection, I don't know how I feel about making money off my friends, making money off my family members and stuff. It just don't feel right with me. I just want you to realize something. If you are working a job, the owner of that job you work for is leveraging himself through the efforts of you. Just to give you an example, I work at an apartment complex. At the apartment complex, there's the leasing consultant, there's assistant manager, there's a property manager, there's maintenance staff. All of us are doing everything we need to do to keep the apartment up and running. And, we're making sure the lease is getting signed and people stay in their units, or we're bringing new people into the units. We're doing all of the work. But our owner is not there at the property, but he's getting paid. So just whose paycheck do you think is bigger? Ours that are working at the property, or the owners? The owners, right? But he's not there because he's leveraging himself through the efforts of all of us that are working at that apartment complex. So he's probably at the country club talking to his business partners about the next apartment complex they're going to build, while we're there at the property working. Although we're getting paid, he's still getting paid too and getting a bigger check, and he's leveraging himself through the efforts of us. So just think about it. If it's good enough for the owner of your company, is it good enough for you, to not be the only one making your money? And so now we get down to residual income. And for those who are not familiar with residual income, I'm going to give you an example of a residual bill. Cable. How many times do a cable company got to install cable in your home? One time, right? How often do you got to send them a check? Every month. So just ask yourself, if it's good enough for the cable company, is it good enough for you? Do the job one time and continuously get paid for it. And I'm going to show you what that can look like. Also, you get bonuses whenever you rank up. So say if you reach the rank of platinum, you get a $250 bonus. That's 40 people you're bringing in. And so infinity, if you get to infinity, that's a $1,000 bonus, with bringing in 200 people. And this, this offer lasts all the way to October 2nd. So just to give you an idea what this looks like, say, someone brings in 10 people in a week. The weekly pay would be $250. The yearly total of enrollees would be $500. Your monthly residual income would be $4,250 coming in every month for doing the job one time. Weekly to enrollees, say if you want to bring it up to 30, the weekly pay and overrides would be $309. Your yearly total of enrollees would be $1,500. Your monthly residual income would be $12,750 coming in every month. Say somebody say that's not enough money for them. The weekly enrollees now is 60. So the weekly pay would be $510 in overrides. The yearly total of enrollees would be $3,000. Your monthly residual would be $25,500. Can you imagine making that every month? And some people don't make that in a year. This is huge, and you can do this. These are numbers that people are actually hitting. We have no quotas or chargebacks. We have product sales commission. We get paid up to 50% in personal retail sales and 17% in team sales. We have a cashback mall, all hundreds and hundreds of stores that you normally shop at, like Walmart, Foot Locker, or, Dollar General, JCPenney, all these different stores that you would normally shop at. If you shop online on your site, You'll get cash back. You'll get paid to use your own business. Discount travel. So we have discounted travel whenever we want to take these nice trips, and we're going to write it off because we're in business for ourselves, and we get it at a discount. We have identity theft protection. So it doesn't make sense for us to have an online business and not be protected. It's protected by a $1 million liability policy. $1 million liability policy. So if you were to get compromised, to back you up to $1 million. We have health and wellness. It doesn't make sense to make all this money and not be able to enjoy it because you're sick and unhealthy. We have roadside assistance as well. It acts just like AAA. If you ever need a tow or a flat tire, you need a new tire, need a change, anything going on with the car, it acts just like AAA, but it's more affordable. We also have upfront weekly commissions and compounding residual income. So here at the Too Smart University, we have two paths to personal financial success. One can say, I want the income shifting membership, but I just want to use the products just for myself. I want to use all the tools and strategies just to fix my own personal financial situation. That's what I want to do with my business. That is perfectly fine. Also, for the individual that says, yes, I want to fix my situation, but I also know a couple people that can use this and benefit from this system as well. I want to, use the system and I want to invite others. That is perfectly fine too, because guess what? The choice is yours. And either way, you can still, income shift. You can still see success in bringing more money back into your household, no matter what you do with the system, as long as you work it. So the choice is yours. So in conclusion, you have a personalized website. You have the tax withholding training. You have the smart credit system. You have the minimizing taxes training. You have the debt elimination software. You have the investment education training. And you also have valuable tax benefits. And this is all for a one-time investment of $99.95, one time, 30 days later, $34.95 every month, just to keep your site up and active. Think about all the things I went over tonight, you guys. This is a no-brainer. All the things that comes with this, and it's just a one-time investment of $99.95. 30 days later, $34.95. And guess what? You are officially in business for yourself. You can write both of these off. The monthly $34.95 can be written off. The $99.95 can also be a tax write-off. So you guys, also, before we go, I want anybody that's on the call tonight that does not want to procrastinate, they want to get involved tonight and, they're ready. We have a tonight special, $29.95 for the enrollment fee. This is a no-brainer to me. $29.95, one time, 30 days later, $34.95. The price is ridiculous. So,
what you talking about, Willis?
I'm going to open the floor up for any questions, any comments, and any new person. I would just like to hear what they like best about the presentation.